Hey guys, today I want to talk a little bit about my favorite supplement that I take when I start feeling sick. I've had a lot of questions about this at the pharmacy, and I know a couple of you have messaged me, and I did talk a little bit about it on Facebook. But before I go into it, I just want to say, this is a disclaimer. Anything that I recommend, anything, I do not know your medical condition. I do not know the medications you are taking. The things that I recommend may have drug-drug interactions, or you may be allergic to them, or might be a contraindication with your condition or with your medicine. So you need to get the approval from your doctor or your pharmacist before you take any of the things I recommend, okay? With that said, I want to talk about my favorite supplement. It is Zicam. I didn't find it. I knew about Zicam for a long time. For many of you who don't know, Zicam is zinc. The mechanism of this is unknown. It is thought to work by stopping the replication of the virus within your throat. Or nasal passage, depending on what formulation you take of Zicam. So Zicam comes in rapid melts, nasal sprays, which I have here, and a nasal swab. I love the rapid melts. The rapid melts are my favorite. They work best for me. They've actually worked best for a lot of my patients. I tried the nasal spray. It didn't work as well. So Zicam only works for me is if I start pre-cold. So if I start feeling like I'm going to get a cold, so if I get a sore throat or I start getting a little congested or run down, I will pop one of these in every 3 hours until the symptoms go away. I love it. I found this out 6 months ago. Before 6 months, I used to tell people this is a hoax. I'm like, it's $10 a bottle, $10. And I'm like, it's clinically proven to shorten a cold by 1 day. I'm like, I'll just have the cold for 1 day and keep my $10. Like, no way. I'm not spending $10 to reduce my cold by 1 day. If I take it before I feel extremely sick, so if I take it as soon as I feel the cold, this works for me. It's awesome. So I definitely will spend the $10 now, but I only take it as I get a cold. I don't take this every day. So a lot of people stop taking this because it has bad taste. You can lose your sense of taste or sense of smell depending on the formulation you take. It could be permanent or it could be temporary if it's overused. Overuse is seen to cause temporary and permanent loss of taste and smell. So a lot of people are not using this anymore because of that. But I have used it maybe 3 times this year, and I absolutely love it. The 1 out of the 3 times I used the nasal spray, it did not work. I got sick, but the rapid melts were my lifesaver. So 6 months ago, I had to go to Italy. I needed a Hail Mary. I'm like, you know what? $10 is worth it. Popped one in, and within 24, 48 hours, I was symptom-free. It's awesome. I love it. So I do recommend this. This gets dissolved. You do not chew it. You do not swallow it whole. You dissolve it in your mouth. And you dissolve it in your mouth because it is to coat your throat. And this is how the mechanism of action it is believed to work. So it coats your throat. And when it coats your throat, it's where your nasal passage meets your throat. And that's where all of the viruses like to replicate. So this one is thought to stop that replication within this area. They don't know if this is how it works, but this is what it's thought to do. I love it. It works for me. So I definitely invested in it. I believe it this much. I mean, guys. And I have a bottle in every room. Okay, I'm not a hoarder. I promise I'm not a hoarder. It's not the whole toilet paper thing. I have 5 siblings, and they're all going to be calling me when they get sick. I know they are. And this is how I make my money. I charge them per pill. No, I know that they're going to be calling me, so I actually stocked up for my whole family. I'm like my own little pharmacy here over the counter. So if you guys need anything, holla at me. But my other medication that I have never taken, but I've heard so many good things about, and I guess it's a good thing to talk about it here. It's a natural product. It works with your body. It has no drug interactions, and it's non-drowsy. It is to reduce flu-like symptoms. So if you have flu, people absolutely love this. I've got anybody who's taken this, they've told me it works. Let me know if it works for you, so I can rave more about it, or let me know if it doesn't work for you so I can tell people to stay away from it. Everybody that I've talked to, they love it. It is expensive. It's $20 a box, but it works. All right, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's oscillococcinum. But you are to dissolve the entire contents of 1 tube in your mouth every 6 hours up to 3 times a day. You do not take this more than 3 times a day. I do not know what side effects go with this. Probably upset stomach. But it is thought to temporarily relieve flu-like symptoms such as body aches, headaches, fever, chills, and fatigue. People love it. It is natural. $20 a box. I bought 2. Again, I am stocking for my family because I'm sure they don't know about this. So they'll be knocking on my door again. But that is all I have for my preparation of what to do pre-cold, pre-virus. Wash your hands. Stay distant from people 6 feet, 6 feet. I see people on top of each other at the grocery store. Guys, 6 feet away from people. You do not know who's sick. You don't know. Everybody could be infected right now, and we have no idea. No, the symptoms don't come out for 2 to 14 days. I'm not causing a panic. If you're healthy and you get sick, it's an upper respiratory infection. If you have an underlying condition, or if you're healthy and your spouse has an underlying condition, or your grandmother, or your mom, or your family member, you are going to spread it to them. They're going to need to go to the hospital. They might need a ventilator to breathe. This virus affects the lungs. The lungs will become inflamed, and they will fill up with fluid. And it's very, very, very difficult to breathe with this virus. So people who have underlying conditions will be suffering. So stop the suffer, stop the spread. Stay distant from people, 6 feet, guys. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, your nose, your eyes, your ears. I'm saying this because yesterday I looked out, some guy walked in front of my pharmacy picking his nose. I'm like, he probably has corona. But this is the reason why I say it and continue to say it. Wash your hands, hand sanitizer. They're everywhere. Hand sanitizers are everywhere. I've walked and gone out. I've gone out to buy toilet paper. Got Cottonelle wipes instead. There's hand sanitizers everywhere. Use them, okay? Stay home as much as you can. If you don't need to go out, don't go out. Let's stop the spread. I'm glad schools are closing for 2 weeks. Children are petri dishes. They grow germs, and that's how they spread. Thankfully, this virus doesn't really affect children, but they can bring it home and they can spread it to loved ones. So glad they're closed for 2 weeks. Let's continue to take the right precautions and stop this spread. All right, guys, take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon.